Star Wars: The Rise of Skywalker is often described as a Star Wars film that's not only going to end the sequel trilogy and the Skywalker saga, but a movie that's going to have a massive impact on the prequels and the originals and other forms of Star Wars lore that falls under Disney and Lucasfilm. This is Mike Zero. Make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel for future Star Wars content. So what's really great about Episode 9 is that we do know that this movie, at the end of the day, really is going to feature a lot of cameos, a lot of references and connections to other characters based within the prequels and the originals that will be explained in Episode 9 by JJ. After all, we do know that Disney and Lucasfilm are treating this movie as not just the end of the sequel trilogy, but they're using this as an end of the entire Skywalker saga. They're literally treating this movie as if it's a sequel to the past 8 films, and that to me is big. Even the editor Mary Ann has said that this movie is going to be a big movie, and that they had far less time to edit this thing in comparison to The Force Awakens. So with that being said, what's really intriguing about all of this is that these past couple of weeks or so, we've been learning a whole lot more about this film, and when it all comes down to one of the plans by Disney, Lucasfilm, JJ, and crew, this is where things begin to get very interesting, for sure, involving the character of Anakin Skywalker. Now, specifically, what's really intriguing about all of this is that it's described that part of the rewrites of the film during the months of November and December involved a vital piece of the second act of the story to be restructured and adjusted to better fit some of the sequel trilogy characters like Kylo and Rey, as well as some of the legacy and prequel trilogy characters. It's described that the prophecy of the Chosen One / Anakin's prophecy will be expanded and explained in greater depth that will include the details of a premonition involving Sidious and Kylo Ren. It's described that the Wills will play a role in the part during Rey's travels to the Lost City and her interaction with Luke Skywalker's Force Ghost, where Anakin's new prophecy will be explained. Additionally, it's said that George had a hand in this and treated it with great care and made sure it would be executed perfectly for the story being told. It's described to have a major impact on the prequels and the lore that surrounds that era of the franchise. The new prophecy of the Chosen One will also tease with the return of a Dark Lord and the grandson of the Chosen and his actions to unfold in the film. So let's go over a couple of parts about this. Now, in case you guys are not aware, the prophecy of the Chosen One was basically the glue of the Star Wars prequel trilogy. It really was. It was all about Anakin Skywalker. It all started with Qui-Gon Jinn discovering him on Tatooine, bringing him to the Jedi Council, introducing him to Yoda, Mace Windu, all these different characters, and telling them that he is indeed the Chosen One. And then it eventually evolved to him becoming Obi-Wan Kenobi's apprentice, and eventually leading all the way up until when he became Darth Vader. Now, what's really intriguing about this is that the prophecy of Anakin Skywalker / the Chosen One is going to be expanded in The Rise of Skywalker. It's going to be told in a different way through not just the Wills, but also the Force Ghost of Luke Skywalker and his interactions with the character of Rey. Now, this is said to be a piece for Episode 9 that was part of the rewrites of the film during the months of November and December, and that George Lucas also had a hand in this. Now, let me express my opinions here. I'm not quite sure how I really feel about this, on whether or not this is going to be a good thing or a bad thing. It seems interesting, for sure, since the new prophecy for Anakin Skywalker is said to include a hint and/or indication of the return of a Dark Lord, and the grandson of the Chosen being, of course, Kylo Ren, and what's actually going to unfold in the story. So, what I like about this is that you guys may recall that Obi-Wan Kenobi refers to Luke Skywalker as the Chosen One in Star Wars Rebels when Darth Maul is dying. And it was a very interesting piece for sure, because that's actually going to be expanded in Episode 9 as well. So Anakin's new prophecy being a thing in Episode 9, it seems like a tricky thing by Disney and Lucasfilm, a very risky thing, if you will, in order to toy around with that glue of the prequel trilogy. Like I always say, it really is the centerpiece of the prequels. It really is the main focus, and that is, of course, the Chosen One / Anakin Skywalker. So that being expanded in The Rise of Skywalker and explaining more things about the Chosen One, the actual prophecy itself, things that the Jedi did not actually see, a part missing, if you will, in episode 1, 2, and 3, where that's actually going to be explained in episode 9. Again, guys, like I say, this movie really is going to dive deep into Force lore, Jedi and Sith lore, and everything around those lines, in order to really bring in a lot of those types of fans, such as myself, that really do enjoy that side of the Star Wars franchise. And not only that, you know, there's also more that will be told in the official novelization, which is always great. I love the novelization of The Force Awakens. It really expands the film in greater depth than fans would have ever expected. So that's the thing here about episode 9. So I would love to hear what you guys have to say about Anakin's prophecy and what you guys think about this being expanded in the Rise of Skywalker, where it will be implemented as a new prophecy for Anakin / the Chosen One. We also know that the Chosen One itself as a whole is going to be treated in a different manner in episode 9, so that's another thing to look forward to see exactly how that's going to play in this film. Anyways, guys, drop a comment below. Let me know what you think about all of this in the comments, and if you guys did enjoy the content for today, do make sure to drop a thumbs up on this video to support the channel. I thank you all so very much for the kind support, and I'll catch you guys next time.